Thomas Busby's chair. The Busby's stoop chair, or the dead man's chair, is an allegedly haunted oak chair that was cursed by the murderer Thomas Busby before his execution by hanging in 1702 in North Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. So many deaths were later attributed to people sitting in the chair that the landlord donated it to the Thirsk Museum. Locals claim that during the Second World War, Canadian airmen from the nearby base at Skipton-on-Swale went to the pub, and those who sat in the chair never returned from bombing missions over mainland Europe. In the late 1970s, some fatal accidents were linked with the chair. In 1978, the chair was ultimately hung from the ceiling of the Thirsk Museum. How are people supposed to sit in a chair that's in the ceiling, guys? I would love to sit in a chair that would guaranteed kill me. It would make for such a great story. Obviously, I couldn't tell it, but still, I want to do it. Let me sit. Come on, Thirsk. Take the chair down. I want you to just take it down. The Basano Vase. The curse of the Basano Vase supposedly goes back to 15th century Italy. The vase was a wedding gift for a young woman that lived near Naples. On her wedding night, she was found dying on the floor with the vase in her arms. Legend has it that before she died, she promised to return and seek revenge for her death. After she died, it was passed down through the family, and everyone that owned it died under mysterious circumstances. Eventually, the vase disappeared, supposedly either hidden in a secret location or buried on sacred ground by a priest. No one knows. Regardless of how it disappeared, it was found in 1988, supposedly with a piece of parchment paper inside that said, "Beware. This vase brings death." I mean, maybe you were just using the vase wrong. Put some nice flowers in it, filled it up with Kool-Aid. Maybe that kills the curse. I just feel like everyone's like hugging the vase or displaying it somewhere. Just put it in your freaking cupboard and use it when the guests come over to fill it with the iced coffee or something. You're good to go. Maybe it'll kill everyone. Maybe you'll kill the curse. James Dean's car. Actor James Dean loved his 1955 Porsche Spyder. He had it extensively customized and affectionately called it his little bastard. Apparently the car was so transparently evil that Sir Alec Guinness, when meeting Dean for lunch, claimed, "If you get in that car, you will be found dead in it by this time next week." And Dean was. But the curse didn't stop there. When mechanics tried to repair the wrecked car, it fell on one of them, crushing both his legs. The car's new owner sold the engine and drivetrain to two racers. One lost control, hit a tree, and died instantly. The other was injured when his car locked up and rolled over. Two thieves who tried to take pieces of the car were both injured. The car was then donated to a safety exhibit of the California Highway Patrol. The first exhibit caught fire and the car fell on a student at the second, breaking his hip. It even managed to crush and kill a truck driver who was transporting it. The car has since disappeared, which is probably for the best. This just seems like a comedy of errors. Like if it wasn't so tragic, if this happened in a movie, people would be laughing their off. They'd watch this car just unfortunately kill everyone who comes even close to in contact with it, and it would be the best running gag possible, or driving gag, I guess. But because it happened in real life, terrible tragedies. Sorry. Hello everybody and welcome back to Top 10 Central Dark, your place for all things horror. I'm your host Keegan Hughes, and today we're taking a look at some cursed objects that will possess you. So, if you don't like being possessed, stay away from the objects. If you do like being possessed, seek them out. It's as simple as that. Let's get to it. The Dybbuk box. In Jewish folklore, a Dybbuk is an evil spirit. Supposedly, a Holocaust survivor accidentally summoned the demon while using a homemade Ouija board, but managed to trap it inside the wine cabinet. Kevin Manis bought the box at an estate sale in 2001 and immediately started having nightmares about an evil, as did friends who stayed with him. Manis gave the box to his mother, who suffered a stroke on the same day. The box's later owners have also claimed the Dybbuk has appeared in their nightmares as well. The last owner was Jason Haxton, director of the Museum of Osteopathic Medicine, who not only had nightmares but developed a strange skin disease and began coughing up blood. At that point, Haxton contacted his local rabbis, sealed the Dybbuk back in the box, and then hid it from the world. Are we sure that you didn't get the disease from the Museum of Osteopathic Medicine? Are we sure about that? I feel like if you're doing curatorial things at a museum like that and you come into contact with like some ancient bone disease or something, That might be more cursed than the Dybbuk box. The woman from Lems Statue. This curious limestone statue was unearthed at Lems, Cyprus in 1878. Dating from 3500 BC, its real purpose is unknown, but it may have been a fertility statue or a representation of a goddess whose name has been lost to time. This little innocuous looking statue has become famous for the deadly effect it had on each of its owners. The statue has belonged to at least 4 different families, and each one has suffered a great amount of tragedy after acquiring the piece. Lord Elfont was the first owner. Within 6 years of buying the statue, all 7 of his family members passed away. The second owner, Ivor Minucci, and his whole family died within 4 years of attaining the statue. The third owner, Lord Thompson Noel, suffered the death of his whole family also within 4 years. The statue eventually ended up as the property of Sir Alan Biverbrook, and he and his wife and their 2 daughters were the next to die. To try and stop the curse from harming anyone else, Biverbrook's 2 surviving sons donated the statue to the Royal Scottish Museum in Edinburgh. After that, the museum curator who handled the statue died within a year. Today, the woman from Lems Statue remains tucked away safely behind glass at the museum where it can't cause any more harm. I don't know, man, glass is pretty fragile, even museum glass, you can get in that if you need to. I'd say everyone who goes to that museum now, cursed forever. Woman from Lems is coming for you. The end. I'm sorry. The Cursed Mirror. Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana, USA is said to be one of the most haunted places in the world. However, the most spooky item in the house is a mirror. Locals claim that the mirror is cursed and has the spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her 2 children who were poisoned by their slave Chloe trapped inside of it. Damn. See, mirrors are always freaky, right? You're seeing like a reflection of yourself, which already, for most of you watching, should be a bit of a terrifying revelation. Not because of your appearance, because you have to reflect on yourself. I'm not chirping you, I'm saying that humans are complicated. But also, have you ever looked at a mirror at night? I feel like you just drive yourself crazy doing that. Baker's wedding dress. Inside the Baker Mansion in Altoona, USA is the wedding dress of Anna Baker, who fell in love with an iron worker. Legends claim that Anna eloped from her home to get married to her lover, but her father forcibly brought her back and locked her in the bedroom. She then refused to marry anyone else and spent the rest of her life alone. After her death, the members of the Baker family reported spotting Anna's wedding dress at different places around the house. Some of them even saw the spirit of Anna Baker moving around the house dressed in the same wedding dress. But where'd you get the wedding dress if she wasn't gonna go get married? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too skeptical. Anna, what's up? Did you just buy the wedding dress too early? How'd you get a wedding dress if your dad wasn't gonna get married in the first place? I need to know. Anna! Screaming Skull. The Burton Agnes Hall in Burton Agnes, England is home to a creepy paranormal object called the Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is believed to be of Catherine Ann Griffith, who died in the same house after being attacked by bullies in 1620. Every night, a terrifying ghost is seen roaming around the skull, making tremendous noise and scaring out everyone who tried to remove the skull. Damn, bullies were hardcore in 1620, eh? Killing somebody so bad that their skull remains around, terrifying people for hundreds of years. I hope that my skull sticks around and does that, but I'd rather not be bullied to death, so watch yourself, YouTube commenters. The Anguished Man Painting. Fascinated by the charm of the Anguished Man painting, Sean Robertson inherited the painting from his grandmother and decided to hang it on the wall of his house. Soon after that, Sean and his family started experiencing paranormal events like the cracking of the doors in the middle of the night and sudden blood-curdling screams from nowhere. Sean's wife decided to investigate the origin of the painting and found that the artist who painted the painting committed suicide, and before doing that he mixed his own blood with the paint that he used in making the painting. Learning this, the couple decided to hide the painting in the basement of their house in Cumbria. There's a lot of painting in that one. A lot of blood too. I feel like blood doesn't make for good paint, but I guess if you mix it in with the oils, you're probably fine. Piece of Uluru Rock. Uluru Rock is a large sandstone formation in the southern part of the Northern Territory, Australia. Also known as the Ayers Rock, this place is sacred for the Aboriginal people of the area. This is the reason they request, or rather advise, visitors not to take anything from the site. However, many tourists have smuggled home small chunks of the formation and experienced bad luck, severe illness, terrible breakups, and even death of loved ones. If you could rank those 4 things, we got bad luck, severe illness, breakups, and the death of loved ones. Like, what do you think it would be? I feel like that's not the proper ranking. I feel like breakups, bad luck, illness, death. Maybe. And that is all the time we have for today, folks. Hopefully these cursed items don't possess you, again, unless you're into that kind of thing. Make sure you stick around for some bloopers. There will be plenty because, as you might be able to tell, I was actually possessed by the spirit of chills today. So, good luck, have fun. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. I'd say it's worth the risk. Because I said worse the first time. Ah! I'm done. What's this one called? I guess we're going in reverse order, so when should I do the intro? Now, I guess? Okay. I committed, I can't stop now. This curious limestone statue was unearthed at Lem, or Lempa, at Cyprus in, also known... Hold it together, Chris. I'm just channeling chills today, it's fine. The Hope Diamond. Okay, I know enough about the Hope Diamond, I'll just ad-lib something. Oh, but where was it taken from eventually? Oh no. I did a video on cursed jewelry a while ago, but what is specifically... The Hope Diamond is an enormous diamond that brought...